All right, so who do we have on board right now?
It is Tata versus Egg Lemon Soup.
All right. I think we're ready when they are.
Ready?
Okay, we got our game started.
Soup using the best Pichu skin.
I love that. We've got the best me Swordfighter skin as well. He's got the Pichu shout out there.
Oh my god.
Hey, if you're fighting someone cute, you gotta be cute yourself. So I see
That's
a lot of
terrifying.
these snares being thrown out by the me Swordfighter. Those are pretty good at catching and zoning out the Pichu. You want to keep a good safe distance away from him. You don't want that cute little head bonking into you.
A lot of a very nice evasion coming out from Soup though. The Chakrams just pretty much haven't hit at all.
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like Soup is running Tornado, the Gale Strike. He's running the counter. I saw Hero Strike. So I think one of the biggest weaknesses that Tata's going to have is coming back from off the stage.
Oh, last hitbox is slightly bigger, I believe. So, gotta watch out.
Soup's gotten to the point where he doesn't care as much about his percent, so he's throwing out these T-Jolts a lot more. Now, Tata doesn't really have a way to stop these. He doesn't have a Reflect, and he doesn't have the Power Thrust. Both of those would easily get through. The best way that he could stop these is either to jump over them, or to use a down tilt at the right time.
Ooh, getting hit. No punish.
I'm seeing a lot more campy play out of Soup right now.
That's that's generally the matchup for Pichu against Swordies in general. Gets the spike, but too high percent to combo into Thunder.
Oh,
Counter coming out from
sends him up the top.
Tata.
Okay, I've seen a lot of great aggression out of
Down
Soup
air.
so far.
Yep, down air gonna sour hit down air, picking him off the side.
Those full hop tornadoes are kind of hard because Pichu's so small that you can run under them most of the time.
Gets
The
countered,
counter
but the
coming in
high ceiling also saving Pichu though.
All right, the aggressive play out of Soup is going down a little bit as he's hitting that campy point with his Thunder Jolts. I think these Chakram are a great response to that.
Interesting choice. I feel like that was probably a mispress.
It was. He got the fair one.
Soft hit or weak hit down air. Gets the
That's it.
Gets the Thunder Jolt snipe.
The recovery of the Hero Spin is its big weakness. I haven't seen him use Hero Spin to an aggressive advantage yet. I think Soup's being a little too slippery for that, and so it's only hurting him at the moment so far.
Oh, Chakram snipe though.
The snipe.
That's why you never use side B as Pichu. It's too easy to predict. Oh,
Alright,
that might have been able to do the down air. Gets Thunder Jolt. Oh, he ooh, feels
So
bad.
he had the reverse on it, and so he was going outwards, and he went a little too far. Maybe holding out, maybe he was holding down a little bit so we could try to catch the Pichu on the ledge and try to make it more of an aggressive recovery. But with the Thunder Jolts, I think he was just caught too off guard and pushed a very odd angle, a very odd position for himself.
There's a cat in my room now.
Lucky SOB. The best I have when it comes to cats is I've got this creepy cat who stares in through my window every so often. Pretty sure the house is cursed.
Yeah.
But great game from Soup.
Yeah.
He was able to adapt to some of those things, use his aggression, and just play to me Swordfighter's weaknesses pretty well.
That Hero Spin really screwed him over. He never really capitalized on Tornado. That's the big one that I noticed. Because
Sorry, go on.
Like, even he didn't really like try and catch landings with it either. The places that it was hitting, the times it was hitting, he was sent so far up that that he didn't even try to get any up airs or. I mean, I understand not going for uppies for hero spins on it, because if you miss, you're gonna take a lot off of it. But up airs are pretty non-committal when Pichu's that high up.
Definitely. So with the tornado, it sends upwards based on weight. Now Pichu's very light, and so Pichu goes flying. So a lot of our combos that would work on other characters just simply don't work on Pichu. I think you had some excellent points there with like one to use those like, you know, the false hops and things like that to try to like trick them into using their second hop or using their air dodge and trying to catch them off guard that way. And so using that follow-up. And then you also mentioned the catching of landings. I think that is one of Tornado's best uses.
So, like, the big thing was that I didn't... So... Soup's landings were pretty good, because he kept drifting away from you, away from Tata, so it was very hard for him to go after him. But he still could have tried to hit with up air, because his up air is very disjointed, and down air is somewhat disjointed, but it's not a sword. So it would have been very hard for Pichu to challenge it, so there's not very much that, unless he whiffed terribly, not very much for that he would have lost for going for it.
Agreed. That's the point. There's not too much you can lose by going for it. I think being aggressive when you're an advantage is something you really need against a slippery character like Pichu. You have to press those advantages.
Thank you for the follow. Oh, is my bot offline? Is that what's going on? Yes. That does explain. Okay.
So it looks like Cheese Boy is running Gale Strike, Chakram, Hero Spin, and Reversal Slash. I think the Reversal Slash is going to be much better in this next matchup. And I'm excited to see how Cheese Boy uses Hero Spin.
And that's going to be spamming for a little bit, I think. But I'm not sure. Yeah. Sorry about this. This was supposed to be on, but it had the authorization token had died off. Alright. They're going to PS2. Alright. Jesus fucking Christ. Everyone's following now.
They love you, man. Alright, so even though Pichu is matching
the best, the best way to SD is definitely side B. You fucking launch.
Alright, here we go. I love those short hop nados. I feel like that covers even more land, and it's a lot more difficult to come back from. Oh, unable to capitalize from the down tilt combo chain.
Down tilt in there, not the best, but it's something, I guess.
Yeah, any damage you can rack up on the Swordfighter will be helpful. I wonder if Soup is playing a little more cautiously and a little more carefully, knowing he's only got the one stock and he just wants to get a little something out of it.
Well, there's a lot of true combos off of down tilt, is all.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's not like you're risking. Oh, good roll. Doesn't go for the grab, goes for it. Oh, Thunder! Oh my gosh.
Ballsy. So you're seeing a lot of the Hero Spin out of shield. That is one of the best usages of Hero Spin. Swordfighter does not have very many options when it comes to out of shield.
So it's a lot like Link, Yink, Tink, all of them. It's just like, you touch shield up B.
Exactly. And that's one of the biggest benefits.
But Dragon says...
Pichu's, this Pichu's going to have to be a lot more cautious about that.
Absolutely. Soup looks to be looking for the Thunder Jolt confirms. Cheese Boy is almost at forward throw percent. F till, not quite.
Oh, not quite
it will. It. Oh, that's death. Thunderjolt
And there's the weakness of
snipes
Heroesman
again.
coming to play. Sorry, I'm a little biased against Heroesman. I do think it's got a lot of powerful out of shield options and some good confirms. Those are just a little harder to hit on the Pichu. At this point, I want to see Cheese Boy throwing out some more F tilts and up tilts. He'd easily be able to kill Pichu off the top.
I think Cheese Boy is misreading the situation because Soup is essentially winning because we can put it that way, right?
Oh, there we go, the dash attack.
Yeah. So one of the things is that once you're winning, you can play more defensively. So Pichu is fine just trading damage if he's already in a winning situation. I'm like Thunderjolt does so much damage on its own, like it does incredible damage, that taking a little bit to get a few off is fine, especially if you're just looking for one more kill, and you're ahead. Because in that situation, Soup is now up a stock, so he's fine just looking for a stock rather than forcing a stock.
Exactly. I think Cheese Boy and Soup had a great game right there. Soup should be very happy to get that one stock at least, so he's able to actually maximize his lead 200%. And keep this crew battle going on his favor.
Cheese Boy bans FD Kalos, the standard Pichu bans.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to see very much Final Destination here. You were talking about using the up air after you get that tornado, and using those platforms is very helpful for me, Swordfighter, to get up there to that Pichu and to keep Pichu in the disadvantaged state that he needs to be in. So stages such as battlefields will be very handy for me, Swordfighter.
The other thing is depending on what recovery you're using, you might want to ban walled stages. Because if you're running a hero spin and it's a walled stage, you can never hug the wall, ever, because Thunderjolt spam will just kill you. Same thing. Like, it doesn't matter how good the recovery is at that point. Like, K-Rool's recovery, if he's hugging a wall, just dies to Thunderjolt.
Yeah, in our first game with Tada he was using hero spin and he was using counter. And so you want to use the reversal slash, the Mario capability, in order to get that aerial stall, so you have some form of mix-up when you have a hero spin. Otherwise, it's a very linear recovery, and it's pretty difficult for you to mix up your opponent. If you're using the weaker recovery, you want some of these mix-up potential in your movesets.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Cheese Boy did a great job recognizing that he had the hero spin out of shield option. He didn't get too much out of it. I think he was just hoping for that one strong hit to take out a Pichu. And that's kind of a trap that a lot of people fall into when they play a character like Pichu. They try to get that big hit to try to finish it. They're greedy. They're going in for the kill. They're going in for the win. Absolutely. When something as simple as an up tilt, which is very quick, or an F tilt, will do the same job against a high percentage Pichu.
It's one of the things that a lot of people don't do that they should, is recognizing when you don't need to smash attack to get your kill confirms. Like Pichu itself, right? If you're fighting someone, you can F smash at like 90 and get a kill at ledge. But if they're at 150, you shouldn't be F smashing F tilt kills or forward throw kills. And there's all these different kill confirms that you should be looking for, not just a smash attack.
Exactly.
And
so yeah, these high middle abilities are hurting the Mii Sword Fighters at the moment. I'm hoping they can find their way to switch off of that and go for those lower committal kill options. So who do we have here on deck? Looks like Cheese Boy's going to continue his run so far with his 2 stocks.
Volt is coming up. Or sorry, Vol. Remember, he had a very strong showing last crew battle, but I'm... if I remember right, he's more of an offline player, that's all. But I'm not 100% sure. because I haven't been as active as I would have wished recently.
I do know that Vol was very active in the joint matchup discussions, and so all the little tips and tricks, he was able to pick up on them quite well.
Sounds like Vol. He's very active in JMUs.
Oh, good. Well, that's going to be a huge advantage to him.
Oh yeah. Vol is good on Wi-Fi, says Treff. Sick.
Hopefully, Cheese will be able to use his momentum from these previous games. A little bit warmed up, knows how a Pichu plays a little bit better. Maybe he can use that to his advantage to get the 3 stocks off his only 2 standing.
Yo, next time I should run an ad break so that people don't have to watch pre-roll ads. Because apparently that's how it works now, huh?
Okay, he's got the information, and here he is in the lobby.
It says that if I run a 30-second ad, that it's 10 minutes, and 60-second ad is 20 minutes. That's what it read. Ending the stream right after the crew battle? Probably not. I will be practicing some Pika and Pichu stuff. I've been learning Pika because swords, namely.
Well, Pichu's got the Team Aqua headband. I think that's going to play an advantage for him.
Hyro also runs Team Aqua, I believe. But Flower is better.
Flower is
objectively.
Better. See, the Miis are spoiled. We get as many outfits and costumes as we can possibly fathom.
You get infinite faces.
Right here we got Peter. So here, that's the advantage of Hero Spin. You get these little combos such as down throw, and you can get a lot more percentage out of them. It's easier to land the combo, and you get slightly more damage out of those.
Like, honestly, all of Pichu's... Okay, all of Pichu's stuff is top tier, honestly. There's not a single bad one. Jab, probably a misinput. That's probably looking for down tilt. Down tilt's such a crazy combo starter at low percents. It's basically the same as down throw.
Okay, so we have the reversal slash on the T-Jolts. That's one of Pichu's favorite approaching options, but it's not going to work very well against the Mii Swordfighter. And I hope Vol gets to be aware of that and uses that more cautiously, more prudently.
It's also important to note that Pichu can punish that if he does it from far enough away, because he can jump over it and dare. So when the opponent has a reflector or some other sort of thing like that, it becomes more of a conditioning tool than a approach tool.
Okay, so I hope Vol's conditioning at the moment. I hope it's going to pay off for him.
Almost missed the jab lock since Cheese Boy got them techs. We tech those. Every time, gets trying going for that jab.
There. I think Pichu's little head pokes out of his shield a little bit, and when you get that short hop tornado, the tornado is capable of getting that shield poke.
Vol has been angling his shield. He might have just angled it downward accidentally. Gets the dare, no tech.
I think he was expecting that to be a spike.
I mean, should go for the tech either way. If you were sent outward or downwards, you were dead.
So trying for that, catching the jumps with the back air.
Vol missed. Ooh, that was jank. What was that? What even happened? What? Yeah, he started his up B on stage, got pushed off by shield pressure, and then went into freefall. What?
He went into freefall, falling off the edge, didn't cancel his hero spin.
It just killed him.
Poor guy.
Oh my god, that's so jank. Nintendo, what the fuck?
Lose like that. It's gotta hurt at the core.
That's not. He was trying to punish, and he got fucking killed for it. Oh my god.
Ball feels bad for him. Ball says that was some Smash 4 shit. What the fuck?
That was jank.
I think everyone's heart sunk a little bit right there.
Oh my god. That was some top tier jank, bro.
Yeah. So the hero spin doesn't have the multi-hits, and Vol was able to shield against that move. And so I think Vol, regardless, would have had a hard punish on that choice of hero spin. So yes, it was very harsh, and it hurt us all at the core, but I think Vol still was able to earn that victory with his play.
Dude, that's so funny. So I guess at ledge, new tech is just angle shield towards hero so that he just pushes himself farther, so he dies. God, that's so jank.
Oh.
I hope someone clipped that. That would be top tier clip. Absolutely would probably go into me fighter Discord. I'm sorry, me Swordfighter Discord.
Oh, we'll put it there. Oh, we do have the clip.
I can't actually see clips at the moment with this new interface. Should I run a 30-second ad break? I feel like, let's see where they are on the, I'm gonna do it so people don't get pre-rolls. Sorry guys, first one ever, click. I did it. It just said pre-roll ads are disabled for 10 minutes, so hopefully that was the case.
Oh. Watching the clip, just leading up to that moment, there are a few times, and I saw this throughout the match, where Cheese Boy would throw his Chakram. However, the Thunder Jolt beats out, or at least clanks, against the Chakram, and it puts the Mii Swordfighter into a lot of lag. And so that is a scary option when you have a Pichu running towards your face very quickly. And that's what allowed the Pichu get right in his face right before that.
That's so jank.
Push off the stage.
The push off the stage is so jank, dude. Smashville Lilat bans from Vol. Stage is one of the things that I wasn't sure about. Would you say that Smashville is a very, very good stage?
For the Mii Swordfighter?
Yeah.
Smashville can work pretty well. I do like the platforms. Anytime we have platforms is very helpful and very useful. A lot of my comments towards Smashville are aimed at the SSD recovery, which we have not seen so far in these players. Moonlit Mage will be playing with the Skyward Slash Dash, and so we will get to see a little bit of that in action this time. And it looks like Moonlit Mage is also choosing Battlefields to play this next match on.
It's a little bit, so people, in general, Battlefield is the hardest to learn for Pichu, but platform extensions with Pichu can be really intense. It can add on like 20 damage to the combos and stuff like that. Because you can just get way more up airs, especially on something like Battlefield, if they DA like at all wrong. So it really depends on how much you practice it, and for the most part, it's just harder. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad. So my guess is that Vol just has practiced it more, because this is like an auto pick against Pichus for a lot of people.
Right.
Assuming that their character isn't shit on the stage, obviously.
So hopefully Moonlit Mage, or on screen as Bananamon, will be able to use these platforms to his advantage, because that same principle still applies right here. The platforms only help you if you use them.
There's also playstyles, of course. Because if you're playing more evasive, platforms are very nice.
Alright, so we've got that slow Chakram, which I do want to see more of. When you have a Pichu approaching, especially one who could approach from above like this, having a slow Chakram angled up puts another wall into place to prevent Pichu and other little rushdown characters from getting into the area of Swordfighter. Swordfighter does not want a character in his face. He fights with a sword, but he's still pretty much his owner character with his projectile dependencies.
Moonlit is definitely playing a much more defensive game than the other sword fighters so far.
I don't know, our last game was pretty defensive.
I mean...
But yeah, as an overall playstyle, certainly.
Very nice
snipe. The angled chakrams coming into the clutch right there.
Oh, misses, but Pichu recovery is pretty nutty. Oh! Did a roll in, gets caught by chakram.
Into place, right into the sweet spot of the F smash. Poor Pichu did not have a chance after that connected.
Forward throw. Nair. I would have expected a bear there, but down tilt there. All right. Doesn't get the spike, but sour hit works.
It doesn't need it. So we had a weird recovery out of Bananamon or Moonlit Mage. That was, in my opinion, probably due to the fear of the down special of Pichu, the Thunder. And so you're going to see a little bit of the different levels of recovery there, but Pichu goes into that string.
Very nice platform extension. It's harder than it looks because you have to fast fall a lot of it, like perfectly. Oh, air dodge, but privileged recoveries are privileged, dude. Pichu
hasn't been abusing his air dodges too much, and so we don't see the lag adding up to him yet. And so he can make those kinds of mistakes and not be too punished for it.
Landing up there, not hitting, but also not punished.
Vol is platform camping him at the moment, so Vol is very wisely using these platforms. I would like to see Moonlit Mage use the platforms to his advantage a little bit more.
Jab lock! Oh, tries for the second jab. He's too close to the ledge, and that's breaks the jab lock. That was a kill. Pichu F smash is obscene.
So yes, I would like to see Moonlit Mage.
He got the read, but didn't actually go for it. Absolutely had that distance read, no question. Very nice recovery off of
very many characters. So the Dare is a multi-hit, but it is only a soft spike. So it's not going to send any characters down super far. However, it's more of a gimping tool for Swordfighters to use.
I mean, it works quite well against a lot of characters. Pichu just has a very privileged recovery.
And it's still certainly worth going for when you know you're safe from the down special of Pichu.
A lot of
knowing that you can catch these otherwise free recoveries is a huge benefit for a Swordfighter.
Knowing your opponent's skill is also a pretty big factor. If you don't think that they know Swordfighter very well, then a lot of people will expect something, maybe getting stage spiked, and if they air dodge, they're absolutely dead. Doesn't matter what your recovery is.
Right.
So there's not really a reason not to go for it, ever. So, I mean, at worst you dealt more damage, right?
Which Pichu's very comfortable doing it most of the time.
Yeah, there's no reason not to do it, really.
So the slow chakram right there, I really like that option as well. The slow chakrams are to try to catch those recoveries of the Pichu. But the downward aggressive SSD, that's a dangerous one, seeing that bounce that Swordfighter gets at the end of the SSD. But
very nice.
Still doesn't pay off.
Very nice escape from Vol. Did not want to challenge near ledge because of that. 200% Pichu again. Swordfighter seems to have quite a hard time killing off Vol, but at the same time right now, a large part of that might be because he's platform camping quite well. He's basically telling Moonlit that you have to commit to something before I'm going to commit to anything else.
As a Swordfighter playing against this level of platform camping, you do want to try to do things such as like the short hop on the platform itself, and so the tornado actually catches the platform and goes higher than you would ever expect it to go. A lot of the up airs are very safe and a very strong move, going to stand underneath the Pichu and trying to catch him in his landings and catch him in those platform camping is going to do much better than these random tornadoes and chakrams that he's throwing out at the moment.
You could also go for more chakrams in more try to take center stage rather than sitting by underneath one of the platforms.
Center stage is where he wants to be. He does not want to be over there on the ledge.
Yeah, that's another thing that I feel like is quite a big show between how comfortable you are. Because usually if you're sitting near the... ooh, threads the needle! If you're sitting near one of the ledges, you're looking for cheese more often than not.
Right. And not even just the skill level, the level of respect that these players have for each other. Like, he is worried about the skills and the potential of the Pichu. Moonlit Mage does understand the level of play that Vol is throwing out at the moment, and he's worried about it. And so I think that does come into play with some of his decisions on where on the stage he wants to stand, in addition to maybe some of his game plan and how he feels like he wants to take out the Pichu. So Vol is a tank.
Yeah.
Taking out the Mii Swordfighters left and right. However, I have heard a lot of talk from some of these other Swordfighters. A lot of smack talk. So I'm excited to see what these next upcoming Mii Swordfighters have to bring to the table.
So, one of the big things there was that neither of them was really trying to hold center stage. Or push their stage control very much. And part of that has to do with it being Battlefield over more or less platformed stage. Because you can kind of force yourself easier on FD and other such stages. But it was one of those things where if Mii Swordfighter tries to hold center stage, he's going to force Pichu to approach. Because he has access to all platforms, so... But there definitely was a very interesting matchup because of how both players were looking to play very defensively.
Certainly. I think a lot of players, when they are learning or trying to master a zoning character, they understand their character's potential, they understand a lot of their fundamentals, their combos, and things of that nature. However, I do think one of the huge advantages of being a zoner is that control over the stage. And when Mage had advantage and when he had those opportunities to gain control of the stage, you're certainly right in the fact that he needs to go forward and he needs to take that stage control. The Pichu was able to run all over him, up and down, up and around, and Mii Swordfighter could not get in and close that gap. You have to put this little rat into a little rat trap, otherwise he's going to have his way with you. Next up, we have a very, very, very fun moveset. So we've got Saber Knight coming in with Blurring Blade. This is a Captain Falcon-esque attack. It has multiple stabs forward before a large swing, which will do lots of damage. A scary move that can be reversed, but it's very fun, very good move. Aerial Assault, Stone Scabbard, and Power Thrust. So Aerial Assault is the side B where he starts spinning and makes himself into the projectile. Stone Scabbard is a very vertical recovery where you go straight up before you come straight down. And Power Thrust is the Captain Falcon kick equivalent. So Saber Knight feels like he is a Captain Falcon at the moment.
This sounds like what he's looking for is early kills, which is absolutely a way to play against Pichu. 100%. Like all these... The previous Mii Swordfighters were looking to camp out Pichu, but another way is to just try and get some big hits in, because Pichu does die very quickly. So you don't need to play super defensively if you get those big hits in. A few, 2 reads and Pichu dies to those types, just to Sam's moveset right now. Absolutely obliterated.
Yeah. So the Power Thrust, I think, is going to be the interesting option here. This is the Falcon Kick. The Power Thrust will go through a Thunder Jolt that has bounced many times. However, it will clash or clink against a Thunder Jolt that has just been thrown out.
The aerial Thunder Jolt, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think in this matchup, that is going to be a huge determining factor on like big mix-ups, who's more comfortable with the characteristics of this move and how they approach each other. I think it's going to be a very different matchup this time than the other ones we've had.
Also, I believe the neutral B, the Captain Falcon-esque move, also very much is able to hit ledge, is not? Well, if it's able to hit any ledge, it would hit Pichu,
So
that was some efficient fucking SD, Jesus.
It's got to go out in style. The final swing of Blurring Blade will be able to swing underneath the ledge a little bit. It does give like an aerial stall as well, and so if you use Blurring Blade in the air, the Mii Swordfighter will stand in the air and keep his stabbing before the final hit. And so if he is able to catch the quick attack, or whatever the equivalent is called for Pichu, with that move, it's going to just decimate that poor little mouse.
Absolutely. I've one of my friends dabbles in Mii Swordfighter. He's more of a gunner. But he's absolutely gotten kills where it's just like, I'm coming back to stage. Oh, I got hit by one hit of that, huh? I'm dead. You know? Like so this. Right, yeah.
The multiple stabs
almost killed it like
Pichu and hold him in place. Oh, and then coming with the stone scabbard.
This is definitely a much more aggressive Mii Swordfighter, but
a powerful swing on its way down. However, on its way up, it is a little bit weaker, and the attacks do not actually connect with themselves.
Much more aggressive, but at the same time, because of the engage range of this moveset, Vol has to give it a bit of respect. It's a very different gameplay than we were seeing before, but it's one that still deserves to it still demands respect from Pichu.
Certainly, and you see there, that is what we've been talking about. Saber Knight gets that up tilt for the kill. When Pichu has higher percentage, you do not need the smash attack. Saber Knight recognized that. He recognized that a high percentage Pichu is going to die at a quick tilt attack. That is pure power, and that is the knowledge against a Pichu that can just change the way you view the game.
Absolutely.
So he took that game off without losing any stocks.
Yep.
That's a big win for the Mii Swordfighters.
He was playing the ledge very well, actually. The way because his setup is meant to kill early, but it also is able to hit ledge fairly well. And that is very dangerous for Pichu, because it means once he's in disadvantage off stage, it's very hard to come back. His recovery, he's able to go a very far distance, but he's able to be hit out there again every time. And each time that he gets hit out there, he takes another like 3%. So, an extra 3% on top of whatever you deal to him.
I'm excited. So. I'm excited. Saber Knight is not afraid of throwing out the Blurring Blades either. With that attack, he's able to get lots of damage on Pichu, and it's a strong kill option. The fact that he can land those Blurring Blades, and he's not afraid to try for them, it demands respect. You have to recognize that is an option, and that is a very flashy, showy one. I am ready to see more. We've not seen so much of the aerial assault coming from Saber Knight yet. That is the side B ability. A few options that you can see with that. He did pick the Pokemon Stadium was picked, and with that you can land the aerial assault against a shield and then bounce back onto the platform to provide yourself a little bit of safety. And so it becomes a safer move to throw out. However, if a Pichu is able to roll into the airborne assault, then the end lag for not hitting anything is very large, and he will be punished for it. Luckily, he's not just throwing it out there, and so he's got a very defined moment of when and when not to use that ability.
Alright, let's see how far along they are again.
So we have bans on both Kalos and Battlefield made by Saber Knight at the moment. So Saber Knight doesn't feel as comfortable with the Battlefield. I feel like he watched that previous game where the Mii Swordfighter was being camped out on those platforms. So either he has a personal preference against it, or he's just
His
understands the power that Pichu can have with that camping on that stage and just doesn't want to deal with it himself.
again, like it's a lot of preference for Battlefield on Pichus, because there's some Pichus like Tachyon, who is a very very strong Pichu main, prefers Battlefield. So if you're used to it, it's incredibly strong, because if you're used to getting long platform extensions, it can give you so much extra percent off of every combo, because Pichu does combo vertically so often. So.
Okay, it looks like we're going to Final Destination. I guess we were wrong when we said we weren't going to see this. The Pichu jumped at it as fast as he could.
Looks like these two also know each other, B and Saber Knight, so this will be interesting.
I wonder how much they've played together. I bet the matchup experience and just knowing the players is going to be a coming clutch for one or other of the players here. So this is B versus Saber Knight. Saber Knight is going under the tag Samuel at the moment. So Saber Knight's bringing up a really good point in the chat right now. Because these players know each other, B knows the Swordfighter's moveset. A lot of times there's this discussion within the Swordfighters of, yeah, it's a little bit cheesy, but we're a character that's not played very much. And when they are played, there's a set moveset that most people are comfortable with. Seeing new movesets brings a lot of other players into this territory of unfamiliarity. I don't know that moveset. I don't know its abilities. I don't know its weaknesses and strengths. So how do I beat it? If B is coming into this matchup knowing the moveset, that's going to be a huge advantage for him compared to other Pichus who may have been thrown in.
So a few things is that most likely the way to beat this set is to play quite defensively, but more likely it's to keep stage control more than anything. If you can keep this sort of character with very few options, he has a lot harder of a time, because he has, in general, he's going to have a hard time getting out of a corner.
That jab mix-up by the Swordfighter was very good, but B just keeps getting these little combo strings onto Saber Knight, and it's proving very difficult for him. Without the hero spin, he doesn't have a lot of these
Gets the thunder.
Shield and the spike.
Got the biggest reason you've got to practice against Pichus before fighting them is knowing when they're going to be going for that. If you notice it, it's very easy to get around it, but if you stop noticing for even this moment, it's going to ruin you.
Certainly. Well, and that was one of the things you and I were playing against when we were playing against each other. You just really punished me with some of your great movements with that spike off stage. However, we have Saber Knight. Saber Knight has used both his power thrust and his aerial assault, moves that he does not throw out very often.
Shield.
When he has thrown them out, he has gotten pretty good hits with them so far.
He's looking for some hard punishes with that thrust. Oh, that is some hella drift. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So right there, usually you'll see players recover low with the Stone Scabbard, but there he recognized that B was committing to a smash attack. And so he knew that if he used it early, he was going to catch him off guard. Once again, he does it again. Catch him off guard and get that hit on him.
This is one of the reasons that you'll find a lot of pro Pichus down tilt, because it's very easy to do it and then shield or punish because of very, very fast FAF. Very low end lag.
So this combination of movesets from...
back air, taking the stock.
Oh, he's got the stock. He's got the Stone Scabbard and he's got the aerial assault, so he has the vertical recovery and he has the horizontal recovery. Covers a lot of bases for him.
Very nice get-up attack. I think that he's using the he don't remember the name. The neutral special. That one. He wasn't. Oh, that's gonna be it.
No, no, no. Oh.
The air dodge.
I was hoping he was able to recover with that. It's got such powerful vertical recovery, but not quite enough. The air dodge was able to get him. B played that set beautifully. He was able to play aggressive. He was able to get those down tilts into these chain combos and able to just really wail on the Mii Swordfighter.
I had. Okay, if I remember right, that was a 1-0 win for B, if I remember correctly, right? He lost 2 stocks because I'm bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I'm bad sometimes and don't remember entirely.
Just write it down. We'll have everyone yell at us if we're wrong.
CB is on a timer. You can't make...
Once again, though, like, great matchup from Saber Knight. He was able to do some very great things.
They're asking me
to... Yes, he did use Blurring Blade a little too much, but when he was able to connect it, it was a very powerful move and very effective. His movesets were landing. He knew exactly how to use the different moves and he had in his arsenal there. Oh, it looks like we have Dunkathan here on board. Dunkathan was recently made to be a moderator of our Discord, the Mii Swordfighter Discord. He's very active in the competitive community. He plays up in Canada and he plays a lot of games up there. He gives the Mii Swordfighter a very good name. It looks like he will be playing one of the more traditional meta movesets of Gale Strike into Chakram and SSD, the Fox-like recovery, and the Reflector.
Wow, there's actually part of... So apparently the part of the arenas changed from this patch. It actually shows the ID in the top right, which is pretty sick. I didn't notice that.
Oh, they've made some pretty good changes to the arenas this time around. I'm grateful for them.
You can never get rid of lag. Accurate. But you can make it smaller. You could have fucking shipped the Switch with better Wi-Fi adapter than the garbage they did. Because God. That's where we play wired,
we all know that Nintendo's a small indie company, right? They don't have the abilities to do these things.
Small indie company. Can't blame them for bugs, even if it bricks your Switch. You saw that, right?
No, what was that?
If you Buster Wolf Ice Climbers, you might brick your Switch.
Nerf Ice Climbers.
Network stability info would be more useful. That would be sick, but way more info than they're willing to give, I have a feeling.
I know that Nairo suggested it. He tweeted at Sakurai that exact idea. Let's have their network connection listed in the arenas next to some of their information when you hit that
just like what their ping is.
Yeah, just to tell them the ping. That way you know before you commit to a game that that's what you have. So, it looks like we have Mii Swordfighter advantage just with the stage here. This is a Mii stage. If you look in the background, you have the Mii's cheering him on. He's got the home field advantage.
Looks like I was wrong. So I'm just going to change that score back. Here we go.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty even game so far. Dunkathan started out strong, and it looks like he's getting some of these as well, but B is not out of the fight in any respects. B is catching an idea of what this fight is going to look like. You see Dunkathan, he's using those platforms to his advantage.
Man, what a privileged recovery. Like, gimping Pichu is so hard. It's usually. Oh, I don't know what that was. I think he thought that B was going for a thunder.
It looked like he was going for a thunder.
One of the big differences is that thunder usually will start significantly farther down. If they're jumping out to meet you, it's usually they're looking for a back air or forward air, because of otherwise they're not going to be low enough, because the actual bolt itself does no damage. It does like 7 damage and basically just gives them back their up B. That's basically all it does. It's just refresh recovery.
Yeah, fantastic hit by Dunkathan to get that kill.
Oh man! Oh, and the air dodge. I think he had his jump. I think he could have recovered that.
Yeah, he used the air dodge. It would have been a difficult recovery regardless. B got a strong hit, and now he's got these strong chains going. He's putting Dunkathan on his back legs here. Either way, B's got him on those 2 stocks, and so B's still putting in the work, and even if he loses at this point, B's done his duty for this.
Oh my god!
With the spike, B!
Dominating.
All of the talk coming from Dunkathan, going with these spikes off the stage from Pichu. Both of these very difficult to catch. Pichu having these reads, having these plays. Very good showing from B.
That was intense.
Dunkathan was doing a great job with a lot of his pressure against the Pichu. You saw the Pichu shield nearly about to break. Most of his moves probably capable of the shield poke. However, it just wasn't enough when B shows that huge offstage presence with these spikes.
Yoshi Smashville bands. B definitely feels comfortable on Battlefield. Big Lord is coming in, but Big Lord is EU, so they're saying that they can do lag check, which is also just saying hand warmers for a little bit to get used to it, which is I'd say very normal. It's one of the things that I wish happened more often in online tournaments.
Yeah, usually online tournaments are, or at least should be, locked by region. However, being a friendly tournament between 2 discords and having such a strong representation from all of these players from across the world, I think it's just a great showing and a great thing for us to be doing. Having these lag checks is just very helpful for these latency, getting used to those.
There's a manage pull button that I didn't know about. That's weird. Anyway.
So Big Lord, he has a history in all of the Miis. He's very comfortable with all of them. He's been playing them in Smash 4. He's been around for a very long time. So Big Lord knows the Miis and he knows them with their history. I believe that he's more comfortable with the Mii Gunner than he is with the Mii Swordfighter. He has a very strong Mii Gunner and a very strong Mii Brawler as well. I believe in Smash 4 he mained the Mii Brawler. And so I do love when Big Lord pulls out his Mii Swordfighter. Every so often in the matchup or in different tournaments that he goes to, he does pull out the Mii Swordfighter. He understands the strengths and the weaknesses very well of this character. Something that B should be on the lookout for is, if you look at Big Lord, he is running the Matt loadout. Matt is a powerhouse. If you have any of these Miis and you want them to win against a worthy opponent, Matt is the way to go. He's not messing around either. He's got the ninja outfit and everything. He's going big here. He's not called Big Lord for nothing.
And Pichu's
like
win the game! No.
Looks like Big Lord will also be running the 1322, the same loadout that was ran by Dunkathan in our last match, with the 2 projectiles and the SSD and the reflector. Reversal slash, that's what it's called.
Picture-in-picture ads. How? Ah, alright. That's cool.
Looks like we're picking our stage at the moment. Yoshi's and SV are banned by B, which is a shame. Big Lord was hoping to go to Yoshi's. I would have liked to see Yoshi's. I am not a fan of Yoshi's story as a Mii Swordfighter, so Big Lord having a lot more experience than I do with the character, I'm really excited what he would have pulled out with that. Okay, it looks like we're going down to a competitive comfort pick of the Pokemon Stadium 2.
I have a billion matchup. I've had a billion games on this stage.
Exactly, just a comfort pick for a lot of characters. But it is a very balanced stage with the two platforms. I think a lot of players are very comfortable with this one. I feel like Nintendo and Sakurai have done a great job with this stage in particular. Okay, looks like the players are ready. When they're ready to start, we'll get going. There was a little bit of an input lag that they were noticing between each other, but considering that these two players are across the world from each other, I'm very happy with the connection that they do have.
Thank you for the follow.
All right.
Here we go.
B is looking to be a terror of the Mii Swordfighters. He's taken out multiple players on his measly 3 stocks, so he will be SDing a few times to give the Mii Swordfighters a better shot here.
All right, 1-3. Let's see what goes.
All things considered, Big Lord is playing very aggressive.
The spacing.
Considering he only needs that 1 stock. I don't think he wants to lose anything. Big Lord knows that he needs to come in clutch for this match.
At the same time, he's spacing fairly well. So. Oh, that was.
As I said, Big Lord is a very Mii-centric player. He does play against or as the Mii Gunner and the Mii Swordfighter. So he knows the importance of the spacing. He knows these projectile characters and these zoning characters very well, inside and out.
Gets the up air, that's it.
Big Lord doesn't care. The aggression definitely pays off with his up air finish. That up air is a powerful move. One of the strongest up airs in the entire game. Big Lord's aggression pays off for a strong win of the Mii Swordfighters. I'm loving this. The Mii Swordfighters coming in clutch, showing the cards, all the cards on the table. I'm curious what else Big Lord has. We haven't seen that level of aggression from these Mii Swordfighters yet.
Oh my god, why does this site take forever? Let's get it, Big Lord. These highlighted messages, bro. Nice. Bug Lord. I don't know about that, fam.
No, if any player is gonna make Mii Swordfighter famous, I think Big Lord has a good shot at it. Not only is he a strong player with these Miis, he's a strong player in general. He gets rankings in his local area very well, very well. I've seen him at the very top of his entire country in Portugal. and just the level of play that Big Lord has to bring. A lot of people, he demands just respect from a lot of people.
Fucking Hyro. It was like, who's next, Tyro? And Har's like, haha, no. I'm scared. Fucking, okay, dude. Nice. Alright, we're...
Big shoutouts to the Pichu Discord. Just the fact that they let the Swordfighters into their Discord, having this amazing joint matchup. Every single Pichu I have talked to throughout this entire time has been very loving, very welcome. I've played a lot of games with Hiro or Hyro, and his humor and his good spirits have just made this entire experience so much better. And so seeing these great players on both sides, not just in their skill sets, but just the way they talk with each other, the way they interact, the jokes, the humor, and the kindness. Just big shout outs to the entire Pichu Discord. Looks like Skylo, our next Pichu on deck, wants to be playing on Final Destination. Big Lord has banned the Battlefield and Kalos picks. Big Lord's asking the big questions of
normal
which Final Destination do they want? Normal one or themed one?
I mean... which one do you think is the best?
Hey, I don't know. Some people
should do FD with Brawl Boss Battle. That's a pretty good one. Brawl Boss Battle is a pretty good song.
Boss Battle 2 is where it's at.
I like just break the targets.
Break the targets.
Such a good one, though.
Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so we're seeing the Fairs and the Nairs out of Big Lord. That is a powerful spacing tool and the 2-frame with the cape.
This guy going past. Very nicely spaced. It's definitely a mix-up. If he does it often, I'm sure Big Lord will catch it, will call him out and likely get a kill off of it. 69? No longer 69. Feels bad.
Oh, so Big Lord tried to cape that lightning bolt.
Again,
wasn't quite enough, but you saw the effort for it.
It's absolutely... I mean, there's no reason not to, but at the same time, it's a... not much payoff. You get 3% more on Pichu.
That's a good thing to know. Or sometimes you're just in a position where you don't have a choice.
Yeah, for sure. But like the bolt itself does 7% and Pichu does 4% to himself already anyway.
That's
so
a really good thing to know.
You're only really getting a tiny bit extra off of it. Oh my god, that combo scared the crap out of me. Holy shit.
Oh, Big Lord does not mess around. Those fastball Fairs are one of the true combos that Swordfighters have lapped out
taking
very
the stock.
well.
This taunt coming out from Sky. Nair at 0% is just asking to get... oh, okay. We had to get at least one of those in every crew battle. Zip to rip feels bad, man.
So you're gonna see the Swordfighter...
yeah, taunt to get bodied, you're right. Oh my gosh. Totally was. There's no way you can F-smash that. That's way too big. Oh, that was a risky, He keeps trying to F-smash.
So Big Lord is getting this mix-up with the forward... oh, and the up air! Okay. The up... or down throw up air is one of the strongest combo tools we have, and it's a way to kill Pichu as low as, like, 60%. That is a good tool, and you're going to see it out often from Big Lord.
That was a hell of an attempt. That was a hell of a read. Big Lord learning that Skylo really does like agility right next to his opponent. Gets the Thunder, though. No DI coming out from Big Lord. These F smashes really aren't... I hope Skylo stops trying to F smash because it's not working against that up B ever. It's just not. It's not happening. Oh.
One weakness I have when I play Pichu, and I'm seeing it here with the Big Lord and some of these other players.
Oh, gets this Thunder Spike, that's
downward
it.
Spike. Look
Skylo
how
going
low
deep
Pichu
for
had to
it.
go to catch that.
That's if Pichu just runs off the stage and goes very far below, he's going for a Thunder. End of story. That's always 100% what he's going for.
It's so hard to react to, though, with the slow movement speed in the air that Swordfighter has and the massive speed that Pichu has. So a good Pichu can read out the patterns of the Swordfighter. Big Lord was using multiple times the horizontal SSD to try to catch the Pichu off guard. He did it 2 or 3 times, to a success, very much so. But it did set like a precedent of this is how I'm going to get back. And so when Skylo was able to see this recovery of the Swordfighter, he was able to recognize I need to go low and catch this horizontal recovery that Big Lord has been practicing himself. So good reads coming from Skylo right there.